Okay, next, what we're going to do is, these are the first steps now on the page of the front. We connect the C6s up to the uprights, to the C3s. So we go with the bolt underneath, we come through it, and we tie these down to the C3, to the C6, C3 and C6. We do that same thing on the other side. By now everything is getting a little tighter so you have less play to play with. And then we go to the top where we're going to assemble the roof support with the C2 and the C3 one. We need 2 bolts and 2 nuts. What we're going to do here is these sit underneath. So it becomes now a little bit more tricky. So you connect that first. Actually, yes, that's fine, I believe. And then the C3 goes this way, and you can see automatically, sorry, the C2, that you're going to have to go tricky with your hands. All the way through first. The C2 does go underneath. When you're doing it this way, the C2 does go underneath the C3. That's important. Make that tight. Okay, now we do the other side. Same way, I do the upright first. And then I do the brace over the door frame. Go from the bottom, put the C2 first into my winner. The next thing you have to do, in order to be able to put the C5, the door slider, on there, you're going to have to put these little brackets, C9, and you lay that with this little lip into the little gutter on the side of the C3, so that it holds the C3 together against the C2. And you put the bolt through there, but you don't do it very tight, because you're going to have to use some plate to be able to slide the C5 on the other side over the head of the bolt. You're going to need some space there. Do the same thing on this side, on the other side. And after you're done with all this, again, lay it into the gutter, that little channel. You're going to have to pick up the whole frame and work on the other side of the frame. Tighten that. Not too tight so that you have play. Just put it until the nut reaches to the top of the bolt. And that's it for this side. As you can see, we have flipped over the front section. We carefully turned it all the way over so that we can assemble and attach the C5, the door slider, However, at this point, unfortunately, you have to change out your stainless steel bolt on the 2 corners and use the original aluminum bolts, because the head on the stainless steel bolt is too big to slide into the channel of the C5. So I'm going to take those out as much as you can see that, and replace these 2 bolts with the aluminum bolts. So I put the aluminum bolt in and hold that in place. That's a little tricky for you to see, but I'm replacing those with the square heads instead of the hexagon heads. Okay, need to leave a little bit enough space so it's not too tight, and do that on both sides. Let's leave enough space. Then slide the C5. It has a channel in the back. So the back goes against the front door frame, making sure that this little lip goes underneath the top of this part that's at the top of the door frame. So you have to put that nut square, slide it over there, go to the other side and line it up. Let's see, make that square. And then what you have to do is sort of line it up with the outside end of your greenhouse. It goes a little bit further. Just don't tie it yet. Let's just do this corner here first. On this side, in this corner, what you're going to do is you're going to have to attach first the E6, the little support brace for the C5, the door slider. It goes in the hole of your roof support that you can't see from there, but there is a little hole in the back here. What you do is you put this little part that is called, that is E13. It's about 1.5 inches long, it has a hole in the middle, it's a block of aluminum, and it sits on top of the hole, and then you put the E6 on top of it with the side coming down to the back. Put the long bolt that comes with it through it all, go to the bottom, and underneath take your screw and tighten it, or hold it and use. You may use a Phillips head or flathead screwdriver to tighten this good at this point. I'm just using my fingernails for now. And then at the top you're going to insert another one of your aluminum bolts, and because you can't do the stainless steel, so you use another aluminum bolt and nut to tie those two together. Then once you've done that, you go back and tighten these up. You have lined it up, make sure that this corner is straight, so you can slide it a bit more over, and then tighten this so that this is a nice 90-degree angle. And once you've done that, then tighten these two corners here in the back. As well as what you want to do is put a nut and bolt here through this hole. They act as a door stopper. So what you can do is put the nut, if you can, on the inside, but so that you can use that. That will be later, because you may have to use that, take that off to slide the door on there. But that would act as a door stopper, so that the door can't slide too far. In this case here, we do use the aluminum bolt and the nut, and we tighten that nicely together. Okay. Making sure that that becomes a 90-degree angle. Put that all together in here. And once you have each section together, you can actually go ahead and tighten everything. At this point I can now tighten these as well, making sure that the lips, that the little clips underneath are sitting in the lips.